everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and today I've got my August budget update for you guys. So this month was kind of a crazy month. There were a couple of major expenses coming out, and we also had a major cash inflow in the form of stock selling. Some stocks matured and he was able to sell those off for a profit, which was great. We are a little bit new to investing. We've had stock options the whole time that Johnny has worked, so for 5 years now. And other than that, we haven't done much investing aside from what's kind of already set up. It's just kind of automatic. So anyway, he sold off a bunch of stocks and made a really nice profit off of that. And that basically doubled all of the savings that we have so far. So we will definitely more than exceed the budget goal number that I have for the end of the year, which is awesome. I was really thinking we weren't gonna hit that, and he told me he was gonna sell off these stocks. I was all for that because we want to reinvest some of the money. Our plan moving forward is to, when we sell off anything, we're gonna reinvest a portion of that money. So right now we're thinking about 50%. This time he took about a third of that money and reinvested it in other stocks. He's just kind of dabbling with the stock market. It's just kind of fun money for us right now for him to get to do what he wants with, what kind of funds he puts the money into. So that's going to be all him. He's going to do the investing part. We're earmarking just for this, and it's not a catastrophe if, you know, they lose money or whatever. I don't know anything really about stocks, so I'm leaving that up to him. It's something he has really researched and read about and looked into. We talk about it on like a basic level. I'm really excited that we're finally at a point that we both feel comfortable doing this, because this has been something he's talked about doing for a really long time. It's gonna be just kind of his thing on the side that he can mess around with, and I'm excited for him because he's really excited about it. But anyway, the main point of that is what he took out basically doubled the amount that we've saved so far for this year. So it was a really big chunk of stocks that he was able to sell off. So we have already more than hit the year mark that I wanted to hit. So I'm really excited about that. I feel like that let me kind of loosen the budget just a little bit. I was able to go get the IKEA chairs. We upgraded our TV finally. This is the first TV that we've ever bought. We actually got a hand-me-down TV that we've been using for the last like 13 years, like the whole time we've been together. So I'm really excited. We have a bigger TV now, finally. We bought the cheapest 55-inch that we could find, so it's not like it's a humongous TV, and it's not like it was very expensive. We got the exact TV stand I wanted, but these were the little splurges that necessarily don't fit into our budget every month. And I was glad we got to splurge a little bit. So really, that TV and the TV stand are our Christmas presents. So we usually do some sort of Christmas present that we do kind of as a couple. Like we pick one big thing to upgrade or to buy, and this was it. So this is basically our Christmas present. I'm just really glad that we finally did it and we didn't have to wait till Christmas to do it, because we have been talking about getting a new TV since before we even moved to Austin. So that's 2+ years. The year we found out we were moving was 2016, and at the beginning of that year, I thought we were going to start upgrading all of our furniture and things like the TV, and finally getting like our adult furniture that we want. And then we found out we were going to move. We didn't buy anything. We didn't buy anything in the rental. And finally we moved into this house and we started being able to buy things that we've been saving up for. It's just so nice to finally make the upgrades, like upgrading the TV. It's kind of a small thing. We don't really watch all that much TV. He loves watching football, and we upgraded right at the beginning of football season so that he could enjoy it the whole season long, which he is just stoked about. All that to say, we went over on some categories big time this month, even though we've more than met our yearly goal. So this month just looks a little weird with the inflow of money and then the outflow in various categories. So I'm gonna go down my list here. We were actually under on entertainment, which is eating out and things that Olivia and I do together, like go to open gyms and stuff. We have to pay for those type of things. We were actually under by $43.99. So August was actually when we ended up having a stomach bug, and so we didn't really feel like going out to eat very much. We did end up going over on groceries because we went and got more Pedialyte and more soups multiple times, more things like crackers, very bland stuff, and we basically ate that for a couple of weeks. So we were actually over on groceries by $84.23. So I'm looking down at my phone, I've got everything written down there. I was under on my personal spending by $10.21, and usually I try to carry that money over to the next month if I have money left over. And in this case, I didn't do that. I just left it for that month. Usually I'll like zero it out and add it to the next month so that it looks like it actually has already come out when it didn't come out yet. But this time I just left it. And so like I was talking about the TV and stuff, we were $332.66 over on the household budget. And this month we had lots of car maintenance come out. I do have a sinking fund for the car maintenance, but I think we're actually going to go over it. It was just kind of an estimate. Some years are bigger years than other. It depends on what kind of maintenance either one of our cars need. And so I still have to go get mine done. I usually go right around Christmas. It seems like somebody's always visiting when I go, so I can just go solo. And it just happens to be when my car light comes on. It's just always kind of in the back of my mind that it happens around Christmas. And so that has yet to come out, and we don't have a whole lot left in that sinking fund. I think I'm pretty sure I budgeted like $600 for that sinking fund, and this month we used $478.10. That included Johnny's maintenance. He had to go get his done already. We also had to get the cars registered, which is a pretty hefty expense. I think it's like $150 for both of our cars here. We also have to get a state inspection. So it was only like 20 bucks for me, and his was rolled into his normal maintenance. It just happened about the same time. And so altogether, that was the $478.10, and in the coming months, mine's gonna have to be done. So I think we're probably gonna hit above that $600 mark for the maintenance, but I'm totally okay with that. That's something we feel very strongly about, is getting our cars checked out every time we hit those milestones. And my car actually has a maintenance light that'll come on, so I know when I need to take mine in, and he goes by mileage on his car. And so that's just something that we do every time and make sure that our cars stay good, because we're gonna run these cars into the ground. We haven't formally earmarked money aside for buying Johnny a new car, but we are gonna pay cash for a new car when his car starts needing a lot of things or it stops being very reliable. He has a 2007, so it's going on 11 years, and he just clocked in at 100,000 miles recently. So far that car is going strong, and when we need a car, we will be in a place that we can just pay outright cash for whatever car he ends up getting. Whereas my car, we had a payment on my car. We weren't planning on upgrading cars. We weren't really planning on upgrading cars. I really wanted to run my Civic into the ground, because Civics can last for like 200,000 miles, sometimes 250. I didn't plan ahead. My car was a two-door car, and so we ended up switching cars when Olivia was born, and he drives a Yaris, which is teeny tiny, and it was just really, really uncomfortable to deal with having her big car seat. When we switched over to the big car seat, it was just like, nope, we're not going out anywhere. I hate putting her in the car. We always bonked our heads on the roof of the car, and I wanted a bigger car, so we did it. We do have a car payment that we are going to pay off. We have a set date when we're actually going to pay it off. It's going to be a little bit early, but our interest rate on that is less than 1%. So we've just kind of kept the car payment, and it's just aligned in our budget. It's no big deal. I think we're going to take one of Johnny's bonuses and just put it towards the payment and just get that knocked out, and then we'll have extra money every month. Going back to the budget, we do have a line in our budget for phones and media. This includes our cell phone bill and anything that we purchase as far as digital products. So digital books, digital music, renting movies or buying digital movies counts in that budget. And we did go over because we bought two things for Olivia this month. They took away The Busy World of Richard Scarry off of Amazon Prime, so we bought the first season of that. And then at her school a while back, they had a parents' night, so the kids got to go have some dinner at school and show up in their PJs, and it was a really fun thing for them. They actually watched Monsters, Inc. that night, and she fell in love. So we ended up renting that, and it only lasted for a few days for that rental part. And then we went ahead and bought it because she was still asking about it a week later. And we're like, okay, fine, we'll just buy the digital movie. And so it came out of that too. So we were over $14.93, and that's basically buying one of the seasons of Richard Scarry. Usually I don't talk about that line in our budget at all because usually we're way under it, so it's not that big of a deal either way. It was definitely a great month. Johnny did get a bonus this last month. He gets quarterly bonuses. Had he not sold off that stocks, we would have hit our goal number anyway, but it was just nice to have that extra cushion. It's nice to know that we're going to hit our budget for the end of the year. He was planning on selling these off when they matured, just totally independent of our budget. So when he told me that, I was like, yes, it's going to be a great month. It's going to finalize our budget, and we're a few months early hitting that target, when really the last month I was thinking there's no way we're going to actually hit the number that I was hoping to hit. So it was nice to get that. We have a little bit of breathing room, and looking forward to the rest of the year. September/October is going to be a big time for us because we are upgrading phones. Johnny has a 5C. They've stopped updating that. I know I've talked about this in another video, but it's going to be a really big expense when we go and buy new phones, or actually just one new phone. So he's going to take my 6. He has no interest in getting a fancy new phone. So he's going to take my 6. I'm going to get the fancy new phone, and I'm really excited about it because I haven't gotten a new phone the whole time Olivia's been alive. When we upgraded to the 5C in his case, and I think I have a 6S in my case. So we upgraded when I was pregnant and have not upgraded since. And we're the kind of people that we like the cars. We want to run the cars into the ground. We want to run the phones into the ground as well. So his phone's just not working great. They haven't been doing the updates on it, and he really he's overdue for getting a new phone. So he's going to take my phone. I'm going to get a new phone, and I'm going to get the best of the best. I'm going to try to get one that has more space, and it's going to be hefty. I know the iPhones are really expensive, and that's one of the reasons why we don't look at them. Like when things come out, I hear about them and stuff, but I don't follow with it. I just keep my phone. But going along with that as well, I'm gonna get an Apple Watch. So I'm waiting for the release. By the time you guys see this video, they will already have had the Apple announcement. It's gonna be actually this week. And so I'm really, really excited to see the official announcements. I've been following along with the rumors, so I kind of know sort of what to expect with this, but I think I will actually watch the keynote and find out firsthand. I do want the newest Apple Watch because of some of the things I've seen about it, and I'm going to see about the phone. I don't know which phone I want. I really want to stay with the Touch ID. The face thing, I'm just like, it's too new. I'm not ready to do that yet. So I might just get an 8 Plus. It really depends on how much better the new release is. But if I'm choosing between the iPhone 10 and the 8 Plus, I'm going to get the 8 Plus. It just really depends on if the new phones wow me or not. But it doesn't matter which one I get, it's going to be expensive. I'm really getting it for the camera. I want a new camera. I love all the technology they've put into the cameras. I just really want the portrait mode and all the stuff that goes along with the new camera features. And I also want to do some filming on the phone too. So I'm going to try to upgrade for the space on the phone too, so I can work on filming and I don't run out of space. I've had a problem with running out of space on my 6 quite a bit. I back up my photos frequently and I still run out of space from time to time. So I would really like to have a lot of extra space on there. So I talked about Apple for like a million years, but I really am excited about this. It's going to come out of our September or October budget, depending on when the phones actually come out. I'm a little bit scared how new and different the phone is going to be, but I'm also really excited about that. I'm really, really excited about the Apple Watch. You guys know, back in the summer, I got a Fitbit Versa, and I just did not love it. So I've been really wanting the Apple Watch, and I'm so glad that I waited. Based on the rumors about the new Apple Watch, I am so excited to get the brand new one. Seems like it's going to be so much better than the current version, and I'm really glad that I waited all these months and just was patient. Even though there were so many times I'm like, I'm just going to go to the Apple store, get the watch, and be done with it. I'm glad I waited. I did actually technically get birthday money towards the Apple Watch, but it's not going to pay for the whole thing. As far as other big things in the works, we pretty much have Christmas done. I ended up getting a bunch of stuff for Olivia when Toys R Us was going out of business. We got a bunch of things for 50 to 60% off, and so I have a big bag of stuff for that. I ended up getting her some clearance books at Barnes & Noble. There are a bunch of these sticker scene books. I ended up with a big stack of those that she's going to get for Christmas, and I also have some stuff left over that I purchased last Christmas that I got for 50% off, or just things on sale from last Christmas that we didn't end up putting out for this Christmas. We didn't use for various other holidays like Easter or for her birthday, and so I still have a lot left over from that, and I think her Christmas is done. Anything else that she specifically asks for, we're going to give that list to the grandparents, and I think we're done for Christmas. So I've got a bunch still in that Christmas sinking fund. I'll probably just kind of roll that over to her birthday. Her birthday actually happens in February, so I can get some, good Christmas or Black Friday deals, set stuff aside for next year. My hair's looking a little bit crazy. It's been raining for like a week, so my hair's really poofy. But anyway, I plan on just giving the grandparents a very small list. We've been going through toys, getting rid of stuff, and she seems to play with the same toys. And I think that's what most people find, is their kids play with the same dozen toys, and that's about it. And we've gotten rid of so many toys, especially like bigger toys that took up a lot of room. And she doesn't care at all. So we're really going to go into this Christmas with a much smaller Christmas list than we have in years previous, because I'm just kind of over the toys taking over everything. I'm kind of over the big toys that she doesn't even really play with all that much. The only really big toy that has stood the test of time is her little kitchen, and she still plays with that pretty much every day. If not every day, at least most days every week, she'll go in there and play with her play kitchen. But other than that, she just hasn't really used the big things. So we are looking at just getting her more of that. The learning toys. I really like learning resources toys, and also things like building toys. She loves Legos and that kind of thing. I'm just tired of the junk. I really just hate the toy junk. It seems like certain family members will buy like the most random junk and she'll play with it for 2 seconds and then it just collects dust and then it's just clutter in the house. And so we're really going to be really intentional about this Christmas. If it's not on the Christmas list, we're not going to keep it. I'm going to have a talk coming up with family about this. We really have been intentional about getting rid of stuff and I want to keep it that way. But anyway, that'll definitely be part of our budget, is we're just not buying a whole lot. We have definitely gotten into book overflow, so we're not going to do the book advent this year like we have done in previous years. So that'll really cut down the cost of Christmas for us. And that goes along with something for next month. I've sold off some stuff. I've sold off some of her bigger ticket toys and some bigger ticket furniture items that we have had in the house. And so that's why I held up the cash in the beginning of this video, because I actually have cash. I usually put everything on our card and we just pay it off at the end of the month. I will talk about that more in next month's video. I think that's really it for this month. It was a little bit of a crazy month for our budget, but overall it's awesome because we hit that goal number. I am really interested to see what our final total is going to be for the year. And so I have been a little bit more lax on the budget. I bought a couple of extra things here and there. I'm just really excited that we're kind of at a place with the budget where we feel really comfortable. Whereas before, I always felt like, well, yes, we have savings, we have plenty in emergency fund, we can survive if something goes wrong. Now I feel more comfortable, and I think that's really attributed to how much we spend. I know how much we're going to spend every month. I ran out of space on my camera, but I was really just talking about how comfortable I feel with everything, and I totally attribute that to the budget. We have gotten spending under control. I know how much we're spending. I really think setting up this budget has been life-altering for me, especially just how we feel about money. I just really like knowing how much we have going in and out every month and keeping track of it. I cannot say enough great things about having a budget. If you do not have one, I totally recommend getting one. I'm sure there are a lot of people like us where we can technically afford what we want, but if we're going to hit savings goals and retirement goals, you gotta pay attention, and that's where we are. We've paid attention now, and I've seen the benefits firsthand this year. I really encourage you to have one, even if you think you don't need one. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.